The daughter, we're not putting no minor up here, and the wife is Sharita Daniels, okay? And they are suing Corey Lamont Holcomb,
Need attorney
an individual,
to come back and talk about this.
Now that we've got this straight, not only...
Hello everyone, hope y'all are doing good, guy. You already know that Corey Holcomb is reportedly getting sued by Anton Daniels' daughter, who is 17, along with his wife over alleged defamatory content on his show. And I can't wait for tonight's episode of Corey Holcomb on 5150 because I already know it's about to be lit. But besides that, everybody has been weighing in on it, and even Tasha K jumped in on the conversation. And what she had to say was actually pretty interesting.
The daughter, we're not putting no minor up here, and the wife is Sharita Daniels, okay? And they are suing Corey Lamont Holcomb, an individual, the 5150 Show, a business organization that does 1 through 25 inclusive. So he's adding all of his hidden businesses that he has, okay? They're suing for defamation per se, false light, defamation of Leslie Daniels with respect to the t-shirt images, which is his daughter, defamation of Sharita Daniels with respect to the t-shirt images, and intentional infliction of emotional distress suffered by Leslie Daniels, international infliction of emotional distress suffered by Sharita Daniels, and violation of California civil code, okay? Pretty much what Anton is suing for, even though, I got my reasons as to what he could have sued for, but, he chose this. He could potentially have a case, but he's suing his wife and his daughter, who happens to be underage, is suing because Corey defamed and racially demeaned members of Anton's family by wearing and using and displaying a t-shirt image during his show. The allegations about the t-shirt include a t-shirt showed Leslie Daniels, his daughter, who's a minor, portrayed as a monkey. He could easily argue that this was satire or a joke, but dehumanizing racist jokes are not protected under satire or human. It's actually under hate speech. He's trying to separate Corey, the comedian, which Corey is probably going to argue that I was being a comedian. The reason I wore these shirts is to make my audience laugh and to depict Corey's wife and his daughter as monkeys, okay? I met the wife. I just sent Jasmine a picture of the wife. She's really not this big. I think she's heavier here. That's him and the wife, okay? I personally feel like this is going to be a very tough case to win. They're both public figures. I personally feel that if they're able to separate Corey as a comedian and label him as dehumanizing and racist and hateful and malicious, I think his stronger case goes against the daughter, since the daughter is not a public figure. She's a minor. And I think a court would have more empathy towards the daughter. Now, Anton's money is way longer than Corey's now. So it depends on, obviously they feel that they have an angle in, but what I'm trying to understand is, yes, it's smart to use the daughter and the wife to sue, because the court is not going to see them or be able to pull videos. Basically, they're innocent. And him doing videos on these two innocent civilians does look bad in a court. But of course, Corey has the protection of being a comedian under satire and First Amendment. And can he prove that it actually defamed them? I don't know where this is going to go or what's.
That's just her opinion, right? She doesn't really think he actually has a solid point in that situation. However, I still want brother, the lead attorney, to come back and break this down.
To come back and talk about this.
Now that we've got this straight, not only is the child assumingly not a public figure, she's private, but she's also a child. A child. Now, if you want to come at me, it's fine. You got more leeway. There's more tolerance for harsh speech. You can say a lot about me. You can say a lot about Anton. You can say a lot about Tasha K, all of them. Because we're public figures. If they're like you people in the chat, y'all have more protection. It's very difficult. Y'all can file lawsuits a lot quicker. But man, there's another category. This category is for private individuals and it has more protection. Man, when you talk about private minors, you can barely say their name. They are so protected. You can barely say their name.
And for those of you who don't remember this, let me refresh your memory real quick.
All right, but there is First Amendment. So Corey's good right there. But again, you cannot say just anything to anyone with no consequences. And the First Amendment does not shield you from civil liability. All right, we talked about the public figure and private figure. You guys in general are private figure. We YouTubers are public figure. Public figures. Y'all can wild out against us, but we have to be very careful when we talk about you. But y'all can go ham, right? And let's just say obviously that both Corey and Anton are public figures. But what about the wife? And Lord knows what about that daughter.
All right, so before I even get into what the lead attorney said, let me first break down what Anton said. And this is why, honestly, I feel like it's given real questionable, almost Buster type behavior. And I'm gonna explain it to you real quick. Anton pulled up on Tasha K's show, and he was basically going in heavy, like talking real spicy. He was saying, look, I'm ready to shoot the fade, whatever comes with it, like I'm ready to do whatever it takes. You know, he was really on that type of energy, like he wanted confrontation for real. Let's get it then. Like I'm fully on that fade talk type timing. And to me, it low-key felt like performance energy, like he was playing a character for the camera, right? But then people start pointing out that you're talking tough, yet allegedly still involving authorities behind the scenes. So it makes you ask, which one is it, brother? That's the real question I'm trying to figure out. Like, which version of you is actually real, family? Because that's what I just can't wrap my head around. And honestly, I call that sucker behavior. Because personally, I'm not even in that street lifestyle like that. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I'm not a street dude at all. Never have been a street dude. And that just isn't my lane. But at the same time, if I'm out here saying we can shoot the fade, we can do all that, and that becomes my position, then I can't turn around and push civil lawsuits on somebody like Corey Holcomb, because it can't be both at the same time. And I'm gonna explain why that matters. People always ask me why I don't really rock with Anton like that anymore. Because at the end of the day, Anton is just, I'm gonna be honest, man, Anton is doing sucker stuff. Like that's just what it is, plain and simple. And I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. The way he was moving, it's hard to trust a dude like that because he'll switch it up on you in a heartbeat. And that's exactly why people were like, nah, this guy ain't loyal to nobody. Like he's basically validating the situation Corey ended up putting him in, but at the same time, he's out here acting like he's ready to keep it square and solid, especially when you were online talking the whole time, recklessly calling the namesake and throwing serious labels on him. That's another part of this whole situation too. After the back and forth between Corey and Anton, he was out here calling them gay, saying all types of things, pushing that narrative heavily. And listen, you can critique Corey Holcomb all day long, say his humor is too wild, say he pushes boundaries, whatever. But let's be honest, a lot of what gets said turns into exaggeration real quick. But I'm gonna keep it fair here. Corey is not gay. There's no real evidence backing that up at all. So if we're being logical, then yeah, the question becomes, doesn't he have every right to come back and file defamation if someone is publicly calling him something he's not? Because that's exactly what defamation is in situations like this. And if the roles were reversed, people would instantly call it sucker behavior if Corey tried the same thing. That's the double standard in all of this. And again, this is the same guy who always talks about other creators being fake and disloyal, but then moves in ways that make people question his own consistency. And this is why I keep saying it. Once people get clout and start rising, you really have to watch how they operate, because not everybody stays solid when attention comes in. Some people start playing roles instead of being real. And honestly, I still think it's weak how this situation escalated again, especially when his wife and daughter are the ones now dealing with the fallout and public attention.